Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you? Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Immersive has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago. Yes, according to Zeiros, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem. I think Zeiros here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it. As you may be aware, Immersif's husband, High King Torrig, was recently killed. Immersif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful. I tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof. Not much, but as a bard I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times, but the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested. I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Ildi, what year did the Aldmeri Dominion invade the Empire?
Late 171.
Good, Ildi. Soak in the lore. Yorn, what happened during the Red Year?
Morrowind suffered a massive explosion.
Vardenfell's Red Mountain erupts. Try to be precise, Yorn. Remember, being a bard isn't just about the music. Good to meet a prospective bard. He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time. And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svafnir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself. Be careful. You might find more than just King Olaf's verse in Dead Man's Respite.
I'm Dean
A
of
good
Loot
story
at
is
the
9
Bard's
parts
College,
truth,
and no,
one
I
part
don't
fiction.
give private lessons.
Seems like most of these are 9 parts fiction.
I found the bowl. I brought it to you, but still I'm... citizens of Solitude and visitors to our fair city from far and near. Be it reminded that by city ordinance, all carriages and steeds are prohibited within Solitude, except those carrying members of the Jarl's court or granted special dispensation by the Jarl. All steeds must be dismounted and stabled beyond the city limits, no closer than 50 paces from the nearest city gate. Violations of the ordinance will carry a fine of 50 septims, the confiscation of steeds, and all goods and properties carried. Transgressors of the law will be subject to swift and sure justice, regardless of status. Fast-moving mounts in the city endanger the safety of pedestrians, obstruct commerce, and pollute the streets with manure and other foul excretions. Be it reminded that it is our obligation as subjects of the Jarl to obey her just laws, as to ensure the safe conduct of our fair city. May the divines bless our Jarl.
What's this? Interesting. It's nice here. These joggers are nearly unbearable. But there is one redeeming quality about them, though. Those shiny blue eyes. I'm still a long way from mastery, and it's just spring toward that. because I like to.
The jitters.
I kill because I love. You, any mercy. See the world below? Okay then. Onwards, I guess. Record. 5D. 20. Oh, forget it. I need a moment here.
So, what now?
Question. Is all this tomb raiding an instinctual thing? Or a childhood hobby? Just trying to understand the fun in being around angry dead people. History to Team Dragonborn again. Maybe I should just delete the Dragonborn loses category.
It is time.
Maybe I should have invested in I mean... You say something. Was close.
Insolent word. Die!
This won't end well for you. Time for you to die. Records. 5D. 20. Oh, forget it. I need a moment here.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
I'm doing what I ever wanted to do. Being who I want to be. I believe that's one definition of happiness.
Rather handsome.
And your madness is the method, and the method.
The spiced wine they serve here is delectable. The greybeards would often get a case or two during special occasions.
Ah, you've returned. How goes the task I gave you?
It's nice here.
I have to admit I didn't think it would actually be there. Now, let's take a look at this. Oh no. This won't do at all. The copy is incomplete. It's aged to the point that parts are unreadable. And the parts that are readable, well, bardic verse has come a long way since ancient times. It means I can't read it to the court. Without the verse, I won't be able to convince Elisif of the importance of the burning of King Olaf festival. If she isn't convinced of the festival's importance, then she won't reverse her decision to stop the effigy burning. It means that the burning of King Olaf, which the Bard's College has held for time immemorial, won't be happening. Make it up? That doesn't seem appropriate. I suppose I could copy his style based on what you brought me, but I have no idea what happened in between these verses. O Olaf, our subjugator, the one-eyed betrayer, death-dealing demon and dragon-killing king, your legend is lies, lurid, and false. Your cunning capture of Numenex, a con for the ages. King Olaf was Olaf One-Eye? He famously captured the dragon Numenex and took him to Dragon's Reach. What did we say really happened?
I know it's difficult, but
Olaf did become king, and Numenex escaped later. It's entirely possible. And I'm sure the court will like that. I'm writing it in. Olaf grabbed power by promise and threat. From Falkreath to Winterhold, they fell to their knees. But Solitude stood strong, Skyrim's truest protectors. Olaf's vengeance was instant, inspired, and wicked. Strange. According to history, Solitude attacked Winterhold, but this seemed to be saying Olaf reacted. What do we say happened? And they got the orders backwards. Yes, I'm writing that in. It should be good for a laugh from the court. It has a few final lines, but that's all we needed to add. I need to head to court immediately and present this. You should come.
it's nice. I plan to learn how to juggle one day. When you treat a woman differently in this world, it hardly ever means better. Quite the opposite.
I do hope the court likes the verse. I think we've done an excellent job of recreating it. I think my voice is ready. I hope we've done this well.
Ah, Viormo.
I assume you are here to petition for the reinstatement of the burning of King Olaf festival.
I am, Jarl. I wish to present King Olaf's verse from the Poetic Edda, recovered this very day from the Bard's tomb.
You mentioned something that would convince us the festival
Yes?
to take place.
Try to be careful.
King Olaf's lost verse. Please proceed.
O Olaf, our subjugator, the one-eyed betrayer, death-dealing demon and dragon-killing king, your legend is lies, lurid, and false. Your cunning capture of Numenex a con for the ages. No shouting match between dragon and man, no fire or fury did this battle entail. Olaf struck a deal to make himself king. Numenex let go, though none tell that tale. Olaf grabbed power by promise and threat. From Falkreath to Winterhold, they fell to their knees. But Solitude stood strong, Skyrim's truest protectors. Olaf's vengeance was instant, inspired, and wicked. Olaf gave orders, Winterhold disguises, an attack on Solitude, total destruction to follow. His men dressed up and then went out to fight, but they reversed Olaf's orders, much to Winterhold's sorrow. So ends the story of Olaf the Liar, a thief and a scoundrel. We of Solitude commit to the fire. In Solitude, bards train for their service. They also gather each year and burn a king who deserves it.
You have proven your point, Viarmo. The festival is truly a celebration of solitude and a condemnation of false kings.
I thank you, and the college thanks you, Jarl.
Furthermore, I believe that such a fine poem deserves some payment of patronage. The college will be moderately rewarded.
Oh, thank you yet again. I will make sure our applicant, who was instrumental in recovering the poem, will be well rewarded. Unbelievable! You have done us a great service here. I can't begin to thank you enough. Soon. These things must be done properly. You will be inducted as part of the festival itself. I need you to go speak to Yorn. He was preparing the effigy of King Olaf. Tell him to finish the preparations. The festival is back on!
Sabil Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
Ah, the bard-to-be. Did Viarmo send you? Great. Looks like you'll be one of us soon. We'll gather outside the college for the burning of King Olaf.
Candy, get to King Olaf.
Spice wine here. First cup is paid for by the college. Thank you so much. The festival has really increased my sales.
Can't have a meal without meat.
Just one bottle per customer, except for the man who saved the festival. Here's a couple of bottles for you. Spice wine here. First cup is paid for by the college.
You might as well have some sweets. I made them for the festival, after all.
Can't have a meal without meat.
Tasty, sugary treats.
Get your festival meat pie, specially made.
Get some spice wine, a festival favorite.
I said a free meat pie, as in one. Here's
Tasty,
yours.
Sugary treats.
Come on, light the fire.
There's the man himself.
Try one for free, come back for more. Get your meat pies.
Get some spice wine, a festival favorite.
I heard you're the reason we get to have this.
Welcome, people
Thank
of
you.
Solitude. We of the Bard's College are pleased to be here to celebrate the burning of King Olaf. The festival would not have been possible without the dedication and hard work of our latest applicant. With the lighting of the effigy, he becomes a full-fledged member of the Bard's College. Please welcome our newest Bard.
They like you. Yes, congratulations. You are now a full-fledged member of the Bard's College. Due to your adventurous nature, several of the college professors have some things they wish you to do. What's more, Immersive has declared the burning of King Olaf should become a weekly event. And finally, there's the matter of the patronage that Immersive wanted me to give you.
I believe Sanguine would be pleased with his festival.
Congratulations on getting the festival restored.
You've done well by restoring our festival.
Tasty, sugary treats.
Spice wine here. First cup is paid for by the college.
Try one for free, come back for more. Get your meat pies.
Did I file all the combat records yet? Better double check. Alright, team huddle. What do I think about this majestic city that's actually run by Imperials because their own Jarl is whipped to an infinite degree? It's pretty okay. Hey, if it's a place with no snow, has lots of stores and a 5-star inn, it's a good city to me. That executioner's block by the front isn't exactly welcoming though. Really a shame. His fate may have been different if he had a particular defense attorney. But I'm guessing there's not really a proper system for judging criminals in Skyrim, is there?
Get some spice wine.
Right? The guards just run up to you, claim you committed crimes against Skyrim, and Off to jail with you. There's a school for singing and bards, but no school for lawyers or judges? Logic. See you later, Horker hater. Nice one.
Get your meat pies!
Candy!
Spiced wine here. The first cup is paid for by the college.
The songs of the dead are the lamentations of the living. Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know?
Spiced wine. Spiced wine here.
Throughout my long existence on Nirn, not only have I visited nigh on every corner of Tamriel, Akavir and Thras, I have walked all 15 Oblivion realms, and had discourse, and sometimes even a reckoning, with various Daedric princes that called these spheres their home. I have even embraced the Stygian void, witnessed the dream sleep of Aetherius, and wandered the forgotten crooks of creation, but no entity fascinates me more than the various subservient Daedra wandering the realms of Oblivion. Many believe them to be no more than mere sentient automatons with a singular purpose, to fulfill every wish and desire of their respective prince, but I have observed them to be as diverse and free-thinking as any mortal on Nirn. These beings may still differ, widely from any man or mer, both in form and thought, but they are no monster to be slain on sight. I wonder, would you choose to eliminate Oblivion, even though it remains a constant threat to the integrity of Nirn?
Meat! Spiced wine here. Get your meat pies! Paid for by the college.
Really? So you would allow countless hordes of armed forces to remain at the doorstep of Nirn, when the veil between is infinitesimally thin? The Daedra have already demonstrated hostile intent on a global scale, not once, but twice. First with the Plain Meld, then the Oblivion Crisis. Such events have unleashed a doom unseen since the dawn of time, and brought immeasurable amounts of pain and suffering. Why should you show the Daedra mercy over a guilty conscience, when they have none for you, or any mortal? A very wise answer. You have not the capacity nor the right to judge a people you could never fully understand. In war, us mortals can be just as heartless, burning and slaughtering all in our path. Such warriors might belong to a peace-loving tribe that fights only when attacked, but in war, we all wear the same face. Alright then.
Can't have a meal without meat! Come and get some here!